We're the only house on Buzzard Mountain. Possums, deer, all kinds of birds. I love, on the back porch, I have this chair and I sit there and I look up almost every day. I just watch how the seasons change. It's my happy place, I guess. So I'll tell you the real story. You know, I started this in the back of the same house that I'm in now, next to the washer and the dryer. When we started ACE, we were Appalachian Community Enterprises. I went to the bank to borrow money. He said, I'll do it if you will guarantee it. And I said, oh yeah, I'll guarantee it. He said, no, I mean, if you will secure it with your mountain house and land. I put it all into ACE.
Amazing Grace. That's who does it. And you know, we've grown. When I started, our lending goal was $250,000 for the year. This year, it's $50 million. She's going to be retiring. I know that we'll have good leadership coming behind her, but there is just nothing like the founder and CEO.
I think that my legacy is, and hopefully will continue to be, about the values, the culture, and it being one of inclusion. A primary interest area for me personally was women. It has not been that long ago that we had to have a man co-sign to get a loan. The next group of people, keeping in mind that I grew up in the Deep South, I wanted to do something and figure out how to be relevant in the Black community. And I did.
CDFIs was still kind of new, and we had a success story here in Georgia. So the Federal Reserve System would call Grace out to conferences to come and speak and share best practices. I mean, it really was a grassroots effort.
I believe that we all deserve an opportunity, and that's all we're offering is an opportunity. The entrepreneur has to do it.
Access to capital is the biggest challenge across the board. And when the banks were saying no, Grace was saying, you know what, we'll take a chance on you. I was a homeless teen. I went from this GED story to these multiple executive degrees. Now I'm going into public office. I am a product of ACE.
For me, it's good enough to help the individual because it's going to change his or her life, their employees' families, the community, the state, the world.
What I'm going to miss most about Grace is our one-on-ones. When she hired me, I told her this was my last stop. It's just really, really a delight to work for.
One of the things I've heard people say is that when they're with me, they're the only one in the room, and I'm right there 100% present with them. It may only be for 3 minutes or 5 minutes or 10, but I'm there. And so when you ask about all these relationships with people, it instantly makes me smile. That is what I'm taking away.
I'll never forget the moment that I met her. It was almost like meeting an auntie. You know, I've never been to her home. I couldn't tell you what her front door looks like. But when I meet her, I feel like I'm sitting on her porch, rocking in a chair in Mississippi, just talking.
I always was a people person, zeroing in on a person and trying to figure out what their gift is to the world, and then amplifying that.
One of the scariest moments of my career was walking away from my job, and I think about how lonely that was. And then I think about walking out of the bank and them saying, no, we can't help you. And I knew I had something special. To the day that I'm sitting up in the Flatiron building and Karen and Benita are sitting there with the check in their hand and they hand it to me. And I said, that's all that I needed. And to watch her do that over these years, I'm gonna lose my hero a little bit. I thank her.
I mean, there's people that say, oh, this is so great that you did this. I had a dream, I guess you'd say, but they did it. The board, the small business owners themselves, funders, partners. That's how we got where we are today. One person can only do so much. How do I sum it up? Personally, I feel a deep sense of gratitude. I feel grateful. Mm-hmm.